Hello and welcome back to National Busways West Scotland. Here, well, looking down on East Kilbride because I've done some stuff off camera. Those things are the 402 from Calderwood to Cross House, which, if the game will load, you might be able to spot it on the map if you eagle-eyed. This is the 204, starts up at Calderwood where it turns at Calderwood Square. Comes down the outside around this way in St Leonard's, using the main road rather than popping into St Leonard's. Briefly south of the main road, back into East Kilbride town centre, and then going into Cross House like that, where it does, I believe, a clockwise circuit. And the 208, from East Kilbride centre, out and around the bottom to Hemyres Hospital via Lindsayfield. Now, I was heavily debating whether or not to actually serve this area, because this area is really new. But as with this side of Hamilton, which is also really new, I'm going to serve it. Even though it wouldn't have been served. You know, it wouldn't have been served because it didn't exist in 2002. Maybe some of it did, I don't know. But I don't think it would have had a bus service back then at the very least. I did a count off camera. We have 1,034 buses in this save. And on a weekday we have nearly 2,000 shifts. So we are a big bus company now. You know, if our massive network didn't already scream that, yeah, we're a big bus company now. We operate a lot of buses. I keep forgetting there's nothing down there. But we have holes, particularly south of the Clyde. And I want to fix those. And I'm thinking of running new services from East Kilbride Shed 2. Because East Kilbride Shed 2 is somewhat empty. If I bring up my depot list, you can see there are loads. But East Kilbride Shed 2 has the lowest occupancy of all of them so far at just 24. So we're going to be serving the south today. And the first thing we're going to do is look at Silverburn. Because I'm going to run Silverburn routes out of East Kilbride. I was going to run them initially out of Paisley too, but I think East Kilbride, because it's such a sort of underutilized depot, is better. And there's a lot to do here. I want to have a complementary circuit to the 380, which goes around this way. The 381 will go around this way. Where it goes on the other end, I don't know. Probably not Thornleybank. In fact, I've been debating cutting the 380 from Thornleybank altogether. Unless I send the 381 down... there's probably a way I can have the 381 serve Thornleybank that's very different. But I'm not sure. So maybe I'll leave the 381 for the day. And come back to it. Because I've got... Broadly, I want to do these routes as pairs. So 380 and 381 will go up here. The 382 and 383 will come down here. The 384 and 385 will be sort of in this area. The 386 and 387 over here. That's the general vibe. So I think I'm going to get started on the 838. Let's do the 382. Now I have just thought, what if that's not how any of this works, and the 381 will be one of the ones that comes down here. And it'll just be a very, very short. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the 380, which is, again, it comes in from this area, it's the route that serves here, and goes around like that, as you can see. edit timetable. I don't really want edit, but okay, it's every 20 minutes. That's interesting. So I'm going to get our local colour for Glasgow, the 380, Thornleybank to Pollock. And so we have the 381 Pollock to Priest Hill, this is called. There we go. And so because it's coming from East Kilbride, let's start it at Priest Hill, which is going to be there, and the stop is actually going to be called Priest Hill, size equals 75. Remember to do destination clarifiers like this. Priest Hill, and Darnley Station. And then always remember to undo your rich text. Oop. Always remember to undo your rich text properly. There we go. And we're going to come out of Priest Hill like this. And then we're going to go psych and we're going to go down here. So post me, if you don't mind. There is the 381 from Pollock to Priest Hill. So it'll take 33 minutes to do a round trip, which sounds perfect, because we can run this every 20 minutes on 2 buses, which is lovely. And the timetable for the 381 is done. So on a Monday, it runs every 20 minutes, just like the 380. Although it runs every half hour during the evenings, and on Sundays it also runs every half hour, with reduced operating hours of course. And this is going to use the DS type. That's going to run from EK to later. There's the 381. Now, next I want the 382 and 383 to go in a similar direction. They're also going to go to Pollock, but they're going to terminate, well, they're going to not terminate, but you know, circular at this point rather than going up into the top of Pollock. So I'm going to find out what that's called. That is called Braidcraft Road. Cool. The 383 and 384, or 382, no, 383 and 384, let's do those. And the 382 can come down here and then go somewhere on this side maybe. Yeah, that sounds fun. So the 383 and 384, that's another pair. And I believe that side is Darnley. Yes. So Darnley to Pollock. But, you know, very much going different ways. And these are only going to be half hourly. It's just the 380 and 381 that run every 20. Maybe the 382 because it runs with the 380. Now I'm unsure. Yeah, if you can't tell, this episode is being done on the fly. While we wait for the game to do its thing, or me to remember to press the button, as it turns out, We're going to go from Braidcraft Road in Pollock, which is that big road down the middle, or across the middle I should say, into Silverburn because of course, then down Peat Road, then down Nits Hill Road, and they'll split to serve each side of Darnley. So this one will take the southern side of Darnley, which is called Darnley Mains. So this is going to be 383 Pollock to Darnley Mains. There we go. And it's going to start this way, and this is going to be called Pollock with the small caps, Braidcraft Road. And post me if you don't mind. And there is the 383 from Pollock to Darnley Mains. Somehow it's come out longer than the other one, but again that's fine, we can run it every half hour on 2 buses. With plenty of stand time at Silverburn bus station. I should say that's what I'm doing with these routes. They're going to get a big chunky stand time at Silverburn bus station, but then nothing aside from the ends of the circulars. So, you know, that's the kind of idea. We're going for a sort of circular, and then it actually spends more time waiting in the middle. That sort of vibe. And the timetable for the 383 is now done. Much simpler than the 381, because it doesn't have any evening services, that's what it's called, because it runs half hourly all day, which I think is fine. That's going to go out of EK Shed 2 later. And it's time for the next in our flurry of local routes in Silverburn now, the 384 to the other side of Darnley. And there is the 384 from Pollock to Darnley. It's getting really confusing having a 381 and a 383, but not a 382. That will happen. I will get to the 382. I just need to work out where I want it to go after it's passed through Silverburn. And the 384 is now done. Pollock to Darnley and back in under an hour, which means, yeah, we need 2 buses for this route. That's very nice, and that will run out of East Kilbride Shed 2 later. So, I'm just gonna check. Okay, I don't mind that stops on the wrong side of the road, that's fine. That's fine. Fine. No, wait, they're not fine anymore. Yeah, no, those are on the wrong side of the road. Oh dear. I guess the 382 stops are just going to be on the wrong side of the road. Oops. Well, this is going to be the 382 from... I'm going to bring up OpenStreetMap so that I can see what I'm doing while I'm not able to look at it on the game's map. I'm thinking of going to Levendale? Levendale Hospital. Actually, I like that. That's a good idea for something that can run every 20 minutes. So this is going to be the 382. What is this? This is Priest... What is it? Priest Hill? Priest Hill to Levendale Hospice fine. Hospice established. I will accept hosp. And straight out we're going to go this way. And that way. And that way. And this way. And then into the bus station, and I guess PostMe is not taking it away, because he should have by now. PostMe, if you want to take it away, you absolutely can. And there is the 382 from Priest Hill to Levendale Hospital. This one is substantially longer than all the others we've put in so far, which is fun, I have to admit. Enjoying that. And I think after this I'll put one more in, even though I did say they were going to go in as pairs mostly. Because we have 1, 2, 3 and 4 now, so if I can devise a 385 that works really well by itself, like maybe it leaves the local area or something, but at that point it would need bigger buses, so I don't know. Yeah, while I'm thinking about that, I'll get the timetable done. I've not said that yet this episode, I don't think. And the 382 is now done. That was very quick. You know, I got very quick at these sort of Monday, Saturday and Sunday inbound and outbound timetables. And again, this only needs 2 buses. From East Kilbride to later. So the 385 is what I'm thinking about next. And really there's only a couple of roads out of here. Do I leave it like that and then launch or plan our next mainline service? Mayhaps. I like that idea. In fact, I like the idea somewhat more to fill or to plan another major route within southern Glasgow specifically. So we're going to do that. I'm going to make sure the route number that I want to use is free. It is very nice, and we're going to get our mainline colour. That new link in southern Glasgow is going to be called the 133, from Govan to Newton, which is near Cambuslang, hence all the 3s. So I'm just working out where we're coming out of Govan. Okay, we're going to come down this way, which is where the 108 go. No, the 108 goes this way. What do I have coming down here then? What comes down that way? I actually have no idea. But post me, if you don't mind. And the 133 is done. Another vital connection, I think, across just the bottom side of Glasgow, going further south than the 30 dares tread. It's almost like the Southside equivalent of the 40. Because I did realise when I was building the route that what comes along this road is probably the 30. It's just been so long since I put the 30 in that I've forgotten about it. Because this has been going for about a year now. I didn't think I'd be able to keep it up, but apparently I can. It's good to know. I can keep things up for a year if I try. But yeah, this is a little bit of a beast of a route. Hopefully we'll be able to run single deckers on it, because I'm thinking B7Ls. I know we've had a lot of B7Ls, but I'm thinking B7Ls. And the timetable for the 133 is now done, and as you can tell, it doesn't go to Newton, it goes to Cambuslang Health Centre. Which is fine. I can rename the route. We'll activate that later. There it is, it fills a gap, you know? South Glasgow's looking a lot more happening for the 133. Hopefully ridership numbers reflect that. But now I need to go into EK Shed 2, and I have 24 buses to buy. 12 each of the DS's and the VW's. And so naturally, because we have 24, and there are 24 letters of the alphabet that you can put on a license plate, we're going to have an A to Z batch, if you will. For the second time at East Kilbride. Because this final batch of B10s were an A to Z batch of 24. So I'm going to get the things, that's what they're called. I'm going to get the B7s first. I think 312 is the most recent of the B7s. but I'm not sure of all the VWs, not just the B7s, but all of them, I think. So let's get this in VWB7L. Let's get those ordered. And finally we have SFO2 GMM, better known as VW336. Now I'm going to take a quick detour over to Clydebank Shed 2, where I believe we have some new darts. We do. Very nice. DS208. Okay. So I'm gonna suggest that between that batch and this batch, there was a small batch of maybe 16 get ordered, or maybe I tagged this one onto the end. I think for ease, for the sake of ease, this is going to be DS209. So, it's now time for the darts. East Kilbride EK DS209. License plate is SF02GMN. And I'll get the rest of them done. And finally for the darts, we have SFO2GMZ, better known as DS220. So let's position that, hopefully where it won't get cut off too much in the thumbnail. There we go, that should be good. So, now we've reached that point in the episode where we look over all that we have achieved in its glory. Like, the density of the network around here has gone up a fair bit, particularly down here. And we have this new route just crossing southern Glasgow, making all the good connections. So, let's head across. We have the 133, the big, the flagship, if you will, which is taking forever to select. Let's activate that now. And I'll get the rest of these activated in turn. Right, after well, it's actually been about an hour. It is now 4:30 in the morning of the day that this video is meant to go live, because this save is now officially completely unplayable. In fact, just as I say this, it's gone into a loading thing. Now, my PC is no slouch. It's old, sure, but it is no slouch, and this game is no Train Sim World. It's no Microsoft Flight Sim. This game should not be performing this badly. Frankly, it is unacceptable for a game to be this sluggish. But we move on. We have a 381. Something that did help, it seems, is I finally got around, something that seems to have helped off camera, is reducing my autosave frequency to every 15 minutes from every 10. So I'm going to reduce it again to every 20 and hope that that works a little bit better still. But in the hour that has passed since we last met, I have had to restart my PC because it was this game was making my PC completely unusable. Like, it's gone beyond the game is unplayable. It now acts like a virus. It makes, it acts like malware. It makes your PC completely unusable. Which, if you're trying to also do screen capture over top of that, which, it's a game, people will want to do, yeah, it's unacceptable. And it wasn't like this before the last performance update. This save was big and it had lag problems before the performance update. And the performance update was meant to fix all of that. But it has not. Anyway, enough of my moaning aside. Hopefully the devs get around to fixing their game. We have a 381 to watch. And a positively jumping local network around Silverburn. Which is really nice. Of course, this is the 381. We go this way around. We do the full circuit, I should say. Be more specific, come on. We do the full circuit around Pollock. And then, well, in the opposite direction to the 380, which has been in this series for a very long time. So, that's the 381. I'm gonna rattle through these. Is one of you a 382? No. That's a 382. Yeah, the 382 seems to be doing fine. You're a 382. You're also doing very nicely. This is a 384 to Pollock. Or to Darnley even. No, Pollock's up there. And that's a 383. We'll follow the 383 up. Can I let the game to 2 times speed, or will that break everything? I think it's breaking everything. Yeah. Yeah, it's not terrible actually. It's not too bad. It could be worse. We aren't looking at central Glasgow, but it could be worse. I'm kind of dreading the 131. Not 131, 133. Yes, anyway, I think we've seen all that there is to see around Pollock and those new services. This is a 133. So let's follow this down to Cambuslang Health Centre. We appear to have had a little bit of a mishap with buying buses. This route does not need 9. This route needed more like 14. And the Pollock locals needed more like 16. So I'm going to get 2 more of the of these B7s and then 4 more darts as like a little top-up batch off camera. Yeah, that's the plan. The 133 is looking fairly quiet right now, which, I would expect. That's the 229. The 229's a weird route. And yeah, there. Health centre, done. So, that's where we are now. I've had also, actually, an idea. And now that's dangerous. I shouldn't be allowed to have ideas. And I was thinking, this road here looks very nice. And then if it came down across, then we'd get it, and then over here, we'd get another axis, or another, link orbitally this way, which, the 30 does well. The 133 will settle in with time, I'm sure. So, there's a lot we can do with south. and I'm looking forward to it. But as of now, I'm going to go into EK Shed 2 from our save that now has 1058 buses. And I will go over to the new end. I say new end, they're all 2-plate. And I will say, see you next week from National Busways West Scotland. Bye bye.